Good morning. This is Dr. J.P., also known as uh, Granny Unfiltered. Okay, and so the reason I am posting this morning is because I want to do a review of the Book of Negroes. And I don't know how many of you have seen it, but if you have not seen the movie, I'm encouraging you uh, to see the movie. It's called The Book of Negroes. And I think it is relevant for the time that we're in today. I keep hearing so many people saying, why, why? Why are people listening and following lawless people? Well, I believe it's a cultural brainwash. And I think that you can get a really good picture of how that thing has taken place in the past and how it is taking place now. With cultural brainwashing, those that are lawless, they rule, and those that lawless rules, and they also, you could tell that they promote hate, they promote crime, um, and they inflict pain and they inflict suffering. Now, how is that relevant to what we are experiencing today? Well, it's relevant because our current culture is preparing the way for the Antichrist. Why would I say such a thing? Well, the laws are not followed. They are changed to fit the criminals. They create a spirit of confusion, and they create selfishness. They do inflict pain and they inflict suffering. But one of the reasons why I love to remind you to take a look at the Book of Negroes is you can see how through all the pain and all the suffering that the people went through and how they fought so hard for their freedom, but yet this one young man was so hungry that he was vulnerable. Rather than deal with hunger for another day, he signed up to be an indentured servant to this woman that clearly hated his guts. And when the opportunity came for freedom, he couldn't take advantage of it because he had already made a deal with the devil. And I believe that that is what's happening when a nation is being prepared for the Antichrist. You can see it also in the Bible with Esau and Jacob. Esau sold his birthright for some food. Currently, we are watching hunger all over the world. And those of us in the United States of America are seeing how all of the safety nets that have been put in place through the Roosevelt administration are being removed. Okay, so civil rights is being removed, human rights are being removed, the safety nets for food, shelter, and clothing for the poor and the needy are being removed. The elderly, the protections for those are being removed as well. So anytime you see a nation going after those that are vulnerable, they are preparing the way for something far more egregious to take place within that nation. Within this nation, okay, we can easily see that what they're creating is a selfish agenda, which opens up the door for that man, that creation that will step up and say, oh, I will feed you and I will give you peace, but you will give me control of your life. That's why the Book of Negroes is so relevant to the struggle we are facing here as the Black diaspora, not only in the United States, but globally. And I encourage my white brothers and sisters, my non-melanated brothers and sisters, to watch the movie as well, because you can actually see how lack can be manipulated into power. And in the Book of Negroes, those that had the power to make changes did so. Even though their changes might have been limited, they at least tried, which I'm hoping will encourage those that are in a similar situation now to find their strength within themselves to make changes, and will do something with that, regardless race, creed, color, gender, or whatever. Now, with this brainwashing, it is teaching folk to go against, it's encouraging folks to go against Christ's principles. Christ's principles are very clear. Christ's principles encourage love, mercy, grace, taking care of the vulnerable ones. We don't throw the vulnerable ones a bone and say, here, that's all you get. No, we don't treat them like they're dogs or animals. God said that we were made in his image. Human beings were made in his image. So therefore, as human beings made in the image of God, we should treat our brothers and sisters with respect, because we are all brothers and sisters. We all have the same tools for life, okay? Blood, human bodies. We're all made the same way. The only difference is the shades of our skin, and some of us have more melanin than others. Now, the thing that sets us apart is our soul, okay? Our soul. Jesus is not the author of confusion. And I'm going to give you an example of what happens when you take Christ out of a situation. Look at our school systems in America. There was a movement to take Christ out of the schools. No more prayer in the schools. No more prayer in the schools. Well, when prayer left, crime came in. You take away the good, and the evil escalates. Positive, negative, it's just a universal law. Now, the Book of Negroes, I think, clearly showed the struggle that Black folk went through. Shows the hell that they endured. But still, when you took away the basic necessity of food and shelter, people became vulnerable to those that actually hated them. And I think that's the warning for us today, because we're living in a world where those that hate are in control of those that do not. And those that hate are selfish, self-centered, and are creating a comfort culture. Now, what I mean by that, those folk that are used to having everything their way, well, we went through a whole season of prosperity teaching. Let's just face it. Oh, you can have everything. You can have food, clothing, cars, housing, money. You can have it all. Well, this is a warning to those that have it all, okay? Those material things can be taken away. And when those material things are taken away, what do you have left? And that is the lesson for today. Okay. Once again, I want to say, watch the movie, The Book of Negroes. It is educational for blacks. I especially want to encourage people of color, all colors, okay? All colors, okay? Black, brown, red, yellow, you know the story. I also want to encourage those that are non-melanated, white people, to watch it as well, because I want you to see that everyone has a part to play. That trickery has been used for generations. See, there isn't anything new under the sun. And the tricks that Satan play, they've been around a long, long time. What's happening in America, it has happened many times before. When lawless folk decide to rule a country, they rule, well, let's go back to the Bible once again. When Samuel came to the people and warned them about a king, he said, do you even understand what an earthly king requires of you? An earthly king requires full loyalty and dedication when God himself says, I am your king and I am the king that you should follow. This is Dr. J.P. Like and subscribe to my channel and have a blessed and awesome day. And make comments. Hit me up. I want to talk to you, okay? Because I understand that there are things that we're going to have to do in order to get through this madness. Some of my videos touch on that, and I can point you to the ones that does. But watch my videos. I've got on the 90-something videos, okay? And I try to teach and encourage because I understand that those of us that have wisdom are few. And those of us that have wisdom will be leaving. And we're trying to leave a legacy of wisdom behind so that those that are left behind hopefully will have something to refer to. But let's not wait. Let's not wait to be left behind. Let's not be like Esau and sell out. Let's not be like the brother in the Book of Negroes and lose everything for some food. He hadn't eaten in 6 days and sold his freedom for some food. We need to get prepared for the seasons of lack. And we can't be afraid of suffering. This is Dr. J.P. Like, subscribe to my channel. Have a blessed and awesome day. Bye.